What happens when you have a Facebook panning group that has so many projects that you can't do them all? You create a project that takes some of those and puts them together so you can do a little bit of everything. And in case you don't know, that's what this is. This is Throwback 30, a PANtastic Ladies Collab Facebook group project that takes 30 of the past or present projects and puts them into one project where you pick one prompt from each project to work on. So stay tuned to see how I'm doing. To see how I'm doing. All right, this is Throwback 30. As I said in the introduction, this is a project that was created by Jessica Lee, who is the creator of the PANtastic Ladies Collab group on Facebook. And it does that. It takes 30 of the top projects that were voted on by members of the group and puts them into one project, a list of 30 projects, and you pick one prompt from each to work on in any way you see fit. And you can do this project any way you want. There are monthly updates. It started on July 28th and goes until July 28th. I'm going to do mine until the 27th, though, because that way I have time to, get the next one up and going. Anyway, it's a mid-year start and a mid-year end. So, that being said, I decided to bring in half of the list to start with, and then I'm bringing each of the rest of them in rolling style. So let's start with going over what I'm working on and what I will be bringing in. Going down the list from the top, the first is 50 Shades of Brown, and that is the current PANtastic Ladies color of the year. I picked this aromatherapy oil from Sensaria, which I believe does not exist anymore. I've tried looking it up and I can't find anything. They used to be an MLM that I was a part of. Anyway, this is the Clarity aromatherapy oil, and my goal is to finish it. I brought it in, we were at this white line, and last update we were here, and I made a little bit of progress this update. We just used it a little bit. I did put a dropper in it, so it's easier for me to use because it's just an oil in a bottle, and I found I had a dropper. Anyway, yeah, it is a nice, refreshing, it's mint and rosemary are the main scents in this essential oil aromatherapy blend. So, I'm gonna keep working on it. It'll probably be in for a couple more months unless I have a big use of it again. Next up was for 50 Shades of Yellow Gold. That was last year's color of the year, and I brought in a product I worked on in that project. This is the Spascriptions Exfoliating Lip Scrub in Manuka Honey and Nectarine, and it is yellow. And I did make a mark on it there. We're almost about halfway through this. I started in last year, it was brand new. And this year we're making slow progress. My goal is again to try and finish it. We will see. I only use a lip mask when I wear makeup to help get any lipstick residue off. Otherwise I don't think I need one. But yeah, we're working on it. It's slow going. I used it twice since the last update, probably more than that. I sometimes forget to mark it. So a total of 8 uses so far in this project. Marked uses anyway. The next project is for Beauty A to Z, and I randomly selected the letter S, and I brought in my Complex Culture bronzer in Sunbath. This is their Sunbath Baked Bronzer in the shade Play, and this is what she's looking like. My goal is to use it 25 times in this project, and I am wearing it today. It is my go-to bronzer right now because I am also trying to finish it for my whole collection project pan, and you can see the pan is getting bigger. We'll see how it looks when I update that project. Anyway, I am up to 15 uses so far, so I have 10 more uses to go to meet my goal in this project. Next up is something I should have worn today and didn't, but it is for the prompt color pan, and I brought in a ColourPop lippy stick, and this is in the shade Cami. It is their matte formula, and I want to finish this. I'll give you a swatch of it. It is a lovely pink, and I did not wear it today because I totally forgot it was in this project. I am keeping track of the progress on paper, but there was no progress to be made this month. I have worn it 3 times over the last month, bringing me to a total of 9 uses in this project so far, and we've got quite a bit left to go, so we'll see. I really want to finish it because 1, it's my only lippy stick, and 2, whenever I roll it up, I have to push it back down. I mean, it's a good formula though, so I just thought this lips color went better with what I'm wearing today, so you know, it is what it is. Next up is for the project Drop 10 Before Summer, and that is a summer themed item, and I brought in my Jergens Natural Glow Gradual Tanning Lotion. Had to stop and think of the words. Because, you know, having a tan definitely reminds me of summer, although I've decided not to buy this again in the future because I don't really need it. I don't like being tan. Anyway, I have used it once over the last month, bringing me to 5 uses in this project. You can see it was in another project previously. I think it was in 50 Shades of Yellow Gold. Anyway, we're way down here right now, so I have 1, maybe 2 more uses left to go if I get around to wearing it during the winter. Or I can hold on and work on it next summer. But I have worn it once since the last update. So there's some progress. Next is for the project Harry Potter, one of many. I chose one that has the house colors. So I picked Slytherin just because, and I brought in this product. This is the Design Essentials Natural Hair Almond and Avocado Leave-In Conditioner. Slytherin is silver and green, and this is silver and green. Anyway, my goal is to use half of it. Yes, at least half of it. And at the last update, we were here, and this month we were down here. I did use it 8 times over the last month, bringing me to a total of 13 uses. I think we were up here when I first started it, so I was finally able to make a mark because it's been sitting and it shined the light on it. Anyway, this is my progress mark. My goal mark right there. So we're getting there. I only use like 1 or 2 pumps each time I wash my hair. So yeah, we'll see. I might get there. It's slow going, but it's going. And yes, I did dye my hair again. Let me know what you think. Next up is something I didn't touch, so we're not going to talk about it. Next is for Mean Girls quotes, and that is whatever. I'm getting cheese fries, and that is a comfort item. And in August, I decided I might declutter this, or the last update, I can't remember. Because I had COVID and I had used it and I was afraid it was reinfecting me. I had sanitized it and I have started to reuse it. This is my So Pouty Lip Gloss Balm by Wet n Wild. I brought this in to finish, and when I first brought it in, we were at that top line, and now we're down here. I'm not using this as a regular lip balm right now. I only use it when I sit down to do my makeup. But when I roll it up, that's all there is. So we'll see. I think I can only get down to here. Which way? There. Here. And then the rest of it is in the base. So we'll see. I might, when this becomes my focus, I might depot it. We'll see. But I am working on it, so it is going slow. Next is for same pan last year, and I chose Day of the Dead, a graveyard item, and for that I brought in my deluxe sample of the Yensa Super Serum Silk Foundation. And I keep this guy upside down because it is thin, and every time that's all over the inside of the cap whenever I put it the other way around. Anyway, I have no idea how much is left in here. I don't think it's very much. But I have used it. Where did it go? I've used it 4 times over the last month. I am wearing it today. It is a little bit, just give you a little sample there. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little bit dark for me, so I do mix it with a foundation, a concealer to create my foundation shade, because I don't know if you can tell, but it's a bit dark for me. So I'm trying to use it up. Anyway, I've used it 8 total times in this project, and yeah, I'm gonna keep working on it. Get that off so I don't get it everywhere. Next up is for That's Expensive, and I brought in a cologne. I am working on the black suede cologne from Avon, which isn't terribly expensive, but I justified it saying perfume in general is expensive, so that's that. I am working on this big bottle here, trying to use half of it, and when I brought it in, we were right there, and now we're down to that line. So just a little bit. I do rotate this with all my other fragrances, so I don't wear it all the time, but I do enjoy wearing it quite a bit. I am not keeping track of uses because I forget, but I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing a body spray today. But yeah, it is a cologne I enjoy wearing, and yeah, if you want to know the notes, let me know and I will put them in the description or in a comment. Okay, next up is for the Golden Girls, and I picked Dorothy, and that is a good lipstick or blush was the prompt. So I went with a blush. This is the blush from Essence, and it's in the shade 70 Believing. It's a really pretty cool tone blush. It will give you a swatch of it. That's a very strong swatch, but you go in with a light hand. That is a really pretty color. I really enjoy that. It goes with my cool toned complexion quite nicely. I am not wearing it today because this is not a cool look. I try and coordinate my face with my eyes, and my eyes wanted to go amber brown. So that's what we're doing. Anyway, my goal is to use it 25 times. I've used it 6 times over the last month. Focus. And that brings me to 9 total uses so far in this project. Or, you know, I don't know if it's all 6 since last month. I have found I keep forgetting to mark off the months, but I did it this month. So 9 total uses. All right, next up is for the prompt Tiny Pans, and that was a PANtastic Ladies Collab group project a couple years ago, That Palette project. And that is to work on a palette with the smallest pans. I brought in my Aether Beauty Moonlight Crystal palette. I always have to look at the back because it's not printed on here anyway. And that's what she looks like. It does have quite small pans in my opinion. I don't know the actual size of them all because it's not on the packaging anywhere. But my goal is to use each shade 5 times. And so far I have 1 use. I have 4 uses on shade 2, 1 use, 1 use, 2 uses, 1 use. No uses on the green yet. 2 uses there, and then 1, 2, 3, and 2. I'm keeping track of them both in my notebook and on a post-it note on the inside of the lid. They do have shade names, but I don't ever bother looking them up because they're not actually on the shades. They're on a piece of paper inside. Anyway, that being said, I'm still working on it. All right, next up is for Turn and Burn, and this is a project where you work on sample or deluxe size products, rotating through them and using them up. I decided to bring in all of the samples I have because I don't have very many. I had 7 at the time that I did this, and my goal is to use them all up. And so far I have finished 2. This is one I finished last month. No, this one. And then this one. I didn't have this one last month because I was pet sitting and forgot to bring it home with me. And then this one I used this month. This first one is from Estee Lauder. It is their nutritious 2-in-1 foam cleanser. I really did enjoy this. This was a nice hydrating feeling cleanser. And then this one is from Caudalie. It is their Vino Pure serum, skin perfecting serum. This was okay. It wasn't the best. It had an interesting smell to it that I couldn't quite put my finger on. So it was okay though. It didn't do anything terrible to my skin, but I have pretty resilient skin. I have normal skin, so yep, didn't really do anything, but I used 2 up and I have 5 left. That leaves me with a Pharmacy Niacinamide Night Mask, the Clarins Double Serum Eye, a Vichy HA Serum, the Youth to the People Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask, and then an Exuviance Gentle Cream Cleanser. So I'm working on those. We'll probably use 1 per month, and then, you know, we'll be done in 7 months. Well, 5 more months. The next is for Win Rock. I did not touch that. And then lastly, for Zodiac Panner, I picked hi brain. I picked Capricorn, which is earthy colors. And I got thrown because I had the same prompt sort of in Deck of Panning, which was Birth Sign, and I picked Capricorn and I brought an earthy color, but it's a different product. Anyway, I decided to work on an eyeshadow from my Marvicorn palette to hit pan. I was working on the shade Spray Tan, and I used it once, and that's it right there. I used it once and hit pan. I have used it one more time since then, so the pan is a little bit bigger, but my goal was to hit pan, and I used it once and hit pan. Like, I knew it had a dip, and I knew it was really close, but I didn't know it was that close. So, for those tallying and keeping track of this palette, I'm going to try not to blind you with the mirror. Flip it over this way. All the shades in here have pan now, except for the one I'm working on in, another one I'm working on in Deck of Panning, which is this one here, Honey Boo Boo. Yeah, it's just a really firm shadow that will get pan soon, but everything else in here has at least baby pan. This is my Pan That palette in 2022. Anyway, or 23? 23, 22. Yeah, the first Pan That palette I've ever done. I've only done 2 Pan That palettes. I haven't succeeded yet. Anyway, moving on. So that was a goal met. So that is everything I've been working on. Now I decided I'm going to bring in 2 new prompts. And since I went down the list to begin with, I'm going back up the list from the beginning, from the bottom. And next up, I'm bringing in, this is Fantasy. This is a fantasy creature, a project based on fantasy and mythological creatures. I randomly selected Fairy, which is to work on a plant or nature themed product. So I'm bringing in the Bath & Body Works Fragrance Mist in Strawberry Pound Cake, because strawberries are a fruit and that's plant nature themed. And my goal is going to be to use half of the bottle, and I did mark it. We are right here to start with. And I do have a teeny tiny mark. You can't even see it. There we go. A teeny tiny mark for my goal. I'll make it bigger for next time. But yeah, I want to use half of this, and it again is part of my rotation of fragrances. So some days I'll smell like strawberries, and some days I'll smell like cloves. So who knows? But yeah, bringing that in. And then the next product I'm bringing in is That's So 2000s, which is a project I have not participated in because I didn't really care about the 2000s. And most of the prompts are beyond me, including this one. And the one I had last year, I was like, I don't know what this is. But this one is My Lip Gloss is Poppin'. I don't know what that's in reference to. Please let me know in the comments below if you know what that is in reference to. I'm guessing it's a quote from something or someone, but it is to bring in a lip gloss. So I went into my collection and I brought out a Supreme Gloss from the Pink Star brand. And this shade is called Please Forgive Me. And I didn't set a goal, did I? No, I did. I want to use it 13 times because that is prompt number 13 on the original project. And here's a swatch of it. It's a really pretty, cool tone pink. Yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy that. I don't wear the lip gloss very much, but I probably will wear it more in the future. So 13 uses on that. And that's it. That's everything from this update. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And while you're here, subscribe to my channel so you can keep up to date on all my panning adventures and other nonsense I get up to throughout the month. And until my next video, take care of yourselves, stay true to you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.